You said you're not ready? Well, tough. Well, tough. There was no such choice for you to have anyway. Okay, you clicked on the stream. You're the one that clicked on the stream, and now you're here. So welcome,
Tonight,
my humble
Kiri
sacrifice.
Can't stop yapping. Kiri burps suddenly and chatmlums all the way.
No, we don't talk about the burp. That burp was so bad yesterday. That was embarrassing, actually. It was pretty bad. We don't talk about that. When did Kiri get glasses? I told you, okay? Look, listen. I had to get the receipts for today. And so I did a lot of research. I did my own kind of experimental research and put my own knowledge into stuff, and I was like being really big brain into how I would do today. So yeah, I'm ready for today, and we have a lot to talk about. So yeah, but before we go into the whole thing about what we're doing today, I just wanted to tell you guys that I might disappear quickly because my dinner is currently on the way. So yeah, that will it will interrupt, but not that deep, okay? It will be like a minute or two, I'll be gone. But it's fine. Stop putting mpreg in chat. Hi guys, welcome to today's stream. Welcome to Thursday. You know what Thursday mean, guys? You know what Thursday means, guys? It means tomorrow's Vexmo. Tomorrow's Vexmo, it's Friday. And then we've also got the Pip Kid Pippa collab, which is going to be pretty cool. And yeah, we've confirmed we're playing Formula 1 2024. So what could possibly go wrong? With that game. I will be making the waiting room tonight. But yeah, pretty interesting gaming night tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really excited for Vexmo. I'm really excited to see you guys on Saturday. I'm very excited for all of the stuff that's happening. Yippee! I shall be there on the Saturday with the Skoda. Yes! Let's go, Drago! Let's go! What is the mpreg stuffed with all this content? Thank you, Kiri. I mean, I didn't do anything. What do you mean? I did nothing. I did nothing at all. But yeah, so Vexmo is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys there. And if you can't make it to Vexmo, no worries. You know, we're going to be doing loads of other stuff outside of the con as well. Obviously, we've got the Pip Kid Pippa collab tomorrow. And then we've got the Formula 1 watch along on Sunday as well. So look forward to it. Look forward to it. Yay! Yay! It's so upbeat, the Jet 2 holiday, dude. I can imagine a lot of people are being welcomed to the British Isles for the first time. Especially those of you who are probably here, actually, traveling to the UK for the first time, seeing all sorts of different things. And yeah, you've chosen the greatest city to visit in the UK. The happiest man in the UK lives there, after all. Right, guys? Right, guys? Surely. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting weekend, so enjoy yourselves while you can. Make the most of the country and the city. What else? Make the most of your con time. Say hello to your friends before you regret it. And yeah, meet up with each other. I think it would be really cool. You know, there's a Etasha booth as well, so you guys could like hang out there too, take photos, do all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Any tips on how to win a hand-to-hand fist fight? Do I look like a fighter to you? I don't have tips. What the heck?
Looking forward to seeing you at Vexmo.
Thank
Kiri.
you.
Orange super for everyone's favorite orange boy, Max Verstappen. 2222 Kiri Kilovolt.
Kiri Kilovolt. Thank you so much for the orange super. That is very on brand and on theme. I really appreciate it so much. I can't wait to meet you guys. Thank you. But yeah, so moving on from that, we have an important topic to discuss today. And it's not my graduation. It is the debates, the good old time debate of old cars versus new cars. And this has probably been a debate for all time. And I'm not just talking about cars, because that probably was also a whole debate in and of itself, you know, the new era cars versus the old era cars back in like the 90s, the thousands, the you know, the 60s, you know what I mean? So it's definitely something that would have been happening for a while. But then there's also, it carries over to different genres of things, right? Like it goes over to consoles and gaming, old games versus new games, old, I don't know, old clothes versus new clothes, old fashion versus new fashion. I don't know, like it would transcend genres. This is always going to be a debate forever, because it will always just be a thing. Old F1 cars versus old new F1 cars, old people versus babies. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But yeah, so there's definitely like a whole debate. Old movies versus new movies. That's true. So yeah, there's a lot to discuss. But for me personally, what I'm going to be tackling today is old cars versus new cars. And what I'm talking about is cars that existed in the noughties or the 90s. I'm not talking any older than that. I mean, there probably were like amazing cars back then as well, but I personally don't know much about the cars before that, so I won't be talking about them, obviously. But yeah, we'll be talking about those kinds of cars versus modern cars like today or within the 20s, like the 20s era. So like 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, even stuff from like 2018, I guess, or like something like that. Okay, so we'll be talking about those kinds of cars, right? Like the 90s and thousands versus the like modern day stuff. That's what we're going to be talking about. And before anyone asks, yes, I have experience of both. I do also cover this in the whole beautiful presentation that I made, because I love to yap so much. And also, I think my lunch is here, guys. Dinner. So I should probably go and grab that real quick. I will grab that. And if you guys could like distract the chat, quick, show them a bird or something, then that would be great. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Stop licking the stream! Stop stop licking the street. So, yeah, what I was saying is we're going to be talking about stuff that I know of. It wouldn't make sense for me to talk about stuff that I have no clue about. So I'm talking about stuff that I personally have experience with, but also like what I'm into just in general.
No, I don't think I will.
Why not, sir? What? And you had one job, Quick. Thank you for the super chat. You had one job and you couldn't do that for me. That's messed up. That is messed up. I got a screenshot. Why? Why? Damn it. Anyway. So, without further ado, I think I should show you my beautiful hard work. So let's go over here. Oh, I'm blocking it. Hang on. Welcome to my beautiful yappy screen. Welcome to my beautiful yappy screen of old cars or new cars. Now, I know this is like gonna be a very controversial stream topic today, and I don't care. Because I have an opinion and I want to share it, and that's all that matters. Just like everyone else is allowed to, I'm allowed to too. So yeah, I'm gonna share my opinion, and I'm really excited to spill the beans of what I want to say. Yeah, there's a lot that I could yap about, but I tried to keep things concise. But I probably will go into like several different directions at once. So I do apologize if it kind of makes it seem like my brain is over here and then it's over there and then it's up here and it's down there and it's all over the place. I apologize. Is Kiri Kilovolt actually George Russell, the master of PowerPoint? Yeah, I am. That's me. Yeah. Indeed. Sorry, but your opinion is wrong. Yeah, well, your name is Z's with the capital Z being at the end. So, like, you don't know how to spell. Anyway, so... Sorry, I'm chewing. So, welcome to the session. Take your notepads out, note everything down. It's very important that you listen to what I have to say. No, I'm joking. You don't have to note anything at all. There's no point. Trust me, I forget what I said 5 seconds ago. So, it's fine. So, just to clarify, for those who are thinking, why the hell is Kiri talking about cars? Well, I love cars. I've loved cars ever since I knew cars existed. I wanted to get on the road. I wanted to be the one to drive all these vehicles and be able to be associated with such cool machinery that just happens to get us from one place to another. But it's also capable of so many different things as well. Like, you can hold your drink in the drinks carrier section. You can like put stuff in your glove box. You can use it for storage. You could put stuff in your boots, or I guess what they call it is something else, right? Like I forgot what it's called, the American term for the boot. And then you've also got like the whole engine that you can customize and do what you want with, and you can customize the car as well and make it your own, which is really cool. There's so many different things that you could do. You could sleep in your car, that's true. You can turn it into like an absolutely amazing specimen. And so I've always been interested in them ever since I knew cars existed, but also after I played Need for Speed Underground 2, I was like, heck yeah, this is my fixation, and this will be my fixation for the rest of my entire survival, okay? This is how Kiri Kilovolt was created. Thank you. Thank you very much. Writing down, Kiri never listened to me. What do you mean? Shut up! I don't have any cup holders in my car. I had to put an aftermaker one and break the vents. Excuse me? Why don't you have a cup holder? Why don't you have a cup holder? But can I drive? Well, obviously. Oh no, she's a rage baiter. Come on, angry guys. Take the bait. Take the bait. I'm not rage baiting anything. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is this going to be on the test? It can be if you want it to be. No, it's not on the test. We're not doing a test, okay? Shut up. We're not doing that. Alright, anyway. So, new cars suck! If I repeat, new cars suck! I might be a little bit biased, but I still think that new cars suck! I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they just suck. They're just boring. They're just rubbish. They're just gimmicky. They're just, oh, I want to go from A to B, and they're gross. I don't like new cars. I don't think there will be any new car that changes my mind. I mean, there are obviously some exceptions to the rule. There are some new cars that are really, really good, like the Hyundai i20N. Okay, and then there's like the Renault 5 that some people have talked about. Okay, I saw things about that already. I don't know. They're okay. Some of them are okay. In fact, a minority of them are okay. I would not say it is some. It is a very small minority of new cars that are okay or good. The rest suck. They should not be on the roads. Okay, well, that's a bit mean, but they should not be in my vicinity. I've got a whole bubble around me, actually. Kiri Law. I have a whole force field bubble around me to kind of reject any new cars that are around me. So like if I see a Tesla around me, it quite literally, when it tries to drive past me, it kind of like, it gets pushed to the side away from me. So don't ruin that barrier. I have it there for a reason, all right? I also don't want to charge the car for free for the people who are passing by, but yeah. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, thank you. So my actual real credentials, I mean, I could talk about this all day, but like I've driven a few cars in my time. I drove an Alfa Romeo, an older Alfa Romeo, back in like the early 2000s. I drove a Ferrari F430, I believe it was. And then I also drove a Polo, a Volkswagen Polo. I also drove a Audi A3, and like now I obviously drive an Audi A1 because I'm doing my driving lessons, and my instructor has a brand new Audi A1 from 2025. Like it's brand new, brand spanking new, straight from the Audi the dealership. And yeah, I've driven that. And yeah, there's quite a lot of cars that I've driven, but I could say that I have some sort of credential to talk about this because I've had experience in a few cars, and so yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think having a range of experience with different cars kind of tells you like what sells one car over the other and what is better about one car versus the other. And obviously I'm not basing everything off of the Audi A1 that I've driven. It's obviously my perception of the car market in general and the current cars on the market and the current kind of like marketing towards cars and stuff like that. It's to do with everything. It's not just my closed little experience that I have. It's obviously everything else that I perceived because I have eyes, believe it or not. I do have eyes, absolutely. I do have eyes. I'm happy for you or sorry to hear our text amount on screen. Shut up! Shut up, you don't have to read it. That's not what it's there for. It's not for you to read. Who reads on a stream? Are you kidding me? What do you mean? Shut up. You have to try out a Swift. You will cherish it. As honestly, I haven't tried a Swift, but I've sat in one as a passenger. I've sat in one as a passenger. It's a cute little car. Kiri has eyes. I know, right? Who would have thought that I had eyes? There's no way. No way, Jose. Damn it, she's gonna say Nissan Altima is S tier. This is not a tier list stream. Get out. Wrong stream, buddy. We're not tier listing cars. That's not what this stream is about. It's just pure yap. No way. No way, Jose. I can't wait for tomorrow's Bugatti but test and drive in France. I'm really excited. Dude, I know that Bugatti's doing a new car. I'm excited too. I am excited as well. Never would I guess she had eyes with her driving. What do you mean by that? What did you mean? Take that back. You take that back right now. Of course I have eyes. How do I see the road? Hello? Someone ban him right now. Ban him. Ban him right now. We don't do that. No way. Are you kidding me? We all know her favorite car is the Dacia Sandero anyway. Shut up. Anyway. So... is the table okay? Yes, it's okay. What do you mean? Okay, so new cars are boring. And this is just to summarize my entire mood with new cars, okay? New cars are simple. They're boring. And they're basically like the iPad kids of cars. And what I mean by that is, have you noticed, okay? You probably have. Have you noticed that every single car now, like the new cars, have to have like this giant iPad screen for the middle of the car, right? For like for their maps and stuff like that, and their Bluetooth and all of that kind of stuff. It's just so big, and honestly, it's so distracting, right? I'm trying to keep my eye on the road, and you're telling me I'm not allowed to use my phone while I'm driving, okay? So why have I got an iPad in the front of the car? Make it make sense. Are you gonna start putting like rules on you can't use this while you're driving? Well, clearly there's no rules about that. So what gives? What gives? If people are allowed to use this giant iPad screen while they're driving, then people are allowed to use their phone, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. What do you mean? What do you mean? Make it make sense. You either get rid of the screen, okay, or at least make it smaller so it's not a distraction, right? My phone is smaller than the screen, man. Are you kidding me? It's smaller. Oh, gosh, dude. She has a point for once. See, I cooked. I told you I was cooking. I don't think anyone talked about that. Or maybe some people have, but I've just never seen it, okay? No one's talked about it. Yeah, I don't get that. Might as well put a flat screen on the car. I know, right? You might as well. You might as well bloody take out the window, the front windscreen, and put a TV screen. Because, like, who cares? No one's gonna notice. What? No one's gonna care. Too much gadgets on new cars. It only increases the price and makes us forget about the emotions you feel when you drive. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. It is quite literally taking away all the satisfaction of driving and making it into something that's more like a distraction. Like the driving feels like a distraction from what you're trying to achieve on the screen or your own devices or at your destination, there's no actual focus. Like, there's no 100% focus on the road anymore. And I will get into that because we are also talking about transmission, and I know how you guys feel about it, but I'm still going to talk about it because I have some facts and figures for you, and I think it's going to make for a very interesting debate. But yeah, that is definitely contributing towards that. I am cooking. Let me cook, dude. I mean, I'm not cooking right now. I'm eating lunch, but will you accept fan art of you on an F1 car? Yes, I would. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Flat screens is what we need. No, it's not. No, it's not. Cars are piles of plastic now with bugged, useless software. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Why are the screens genuinely just an iPad slapped into the car, not even built into the dashboard? I don't like that either. So, basically, right, I'm going to talk about this. So, the older cars, there's like, how do I explain this? Like, the cars in the noughties and stuff, they kind of had, or like the 10s even, they had the digital screen, and it was quite small. And at least in the Audi A1, A3, maybe some of the other Audi models, it would pop away, and then you could pop it back up out of the dash, and you could like control whether it's up and visible or whether it's down and in the dash, so you don't distract yourself while driving. That was kind of the whole point. And so now these screens are like just there. You can't get rid of them. They're just massively in the way, and it's just really frustrating. I'll notice someone driving and playing Roblox at 100 miles an hour. It's true. Highway Dash's Supra has an old Japanese radio with a remote. See, that's what we need. That's what we need. We need an old radio. We need those, okay? We don't need any of the new stuff, new fancy stuff. No way. I want my passenger watching F1 while I watch F1, while my rear passengers are watching F1 and my flat screen is installed into the headrest. But that's different, right? That's different. But, like, having it for the driver is a bit crazy. I don't need that. I don't need that. Oh, gosh. With old cars, you can throw your back out by dumping the clutch. Let's do that. I want to dump the clutch. I'm joking. So, yeah. Remove the modern dash and let me shove a jukebox on it. Dude, jukebox goes hard. Dude, get the vinyl record discs. Get a record player in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, so the other thing is new cars. I don't know what it is. It is, I would like to call it the Tesla-fying of the car market, okay? And what I mean by that is, have you seen the interior of a Tesla car? It is so boring and plain. Like, it's really, there's no character to the car. It's very corporate, which is fine. It's absolutely fine if that is your taste, okay? You could have a corporate car if you want to. That's fine. You could have that if you like to. If it's a company car, even better. Whatever. That's the point of it, right? But putting it in every single car now, okay? Like, even cars that are supposed to have soul, they now just feel soulless because they have this really corporate feeling interior when it's supposed to be like a family car or something for like your pets, your family, okay? Like, why are you putting that inside a family saloon? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. You're taking away the fun out of the family and the fun out of having a family car. And likewise with the cars for young people. Hello, young people love like being young. That's kind of the point. If you're sucking them into a corporate reality, you're already taking away all their enjoyment of life. Hello? What is the point of existence, man? If you're gonna suck all the... You know what this reminds me of? Did you guys watch The Matrix, okay? Neo warned us about this, alright? He warned us of a corporate world that wouldn't allow us to do whatever we want. And this is exactly what is happening to the car market. And all the fun is being sucked out of the car, and it's not for enjoyment anymore. It's just to get to A to B, and that's it. That's it. Holy! Oh gosh, we should have listened to the... Indeed! Indeed! Teslas are just appliances. Yes! I was forced to ride in a Tesla once. It was awful. And the seats were on surface of the sun mode. What does that even mean? Like it was that hot? Oh my gosh. That's bad. I thought Tesla was supposed to symbolize luxury, not bland designs. I know, right? It is pretty bland too. Pretty bad. The only thing that I find disturbing on the Tesla is you basically have to control everything on the tablet, including gears and wipers. Yeah, that is something that's happened with a few cars actually, where certain controls that are supposed to be done by like a switch or like a button in the car door have like completely been erased, and now you have to do it through the screen. The Tesla is not the only one that happens to. It's happened to a few more cars as well, because I watched some car reviews from CarWow, because why not? And yeah, not sponsored. Not sponsored, but yeah, there are cars these days that the controls are being taken away and put onto the tablet in the middle of the car, which is like, it's not good. It's no bueno. No bueno! Because if your tablet stops working, or the connection between the tablet and the car door control, whatever, stops working, then you have to you can't even get it repaired properly. We'll talk about that in a minute. But repairing these modern cars is so expensive as well, because all the electronics is done horribly. Oh my gosh, and every car is different too. It's so bad. It's so bad. They don't know how to do it. They have no clue. They have no clue. Who thought this was a good idea for modern cars? Not me. Not me. Marty, thank you so much for the membership for 9 months. Double it and give it to the next person. Why are we doubling and giving it to the next person? Stop it. Touchscreen control for everything on a car is design cancer. It is inferior to actual buttons. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know why we're putting everything on the touchscreen. If something works, don't fix what isn't broken. Okay? It was never broken. Why are you trying to fix it? There was no issue with it whatsoever. It's bad. Very bad. I have driven a Tesla Model S Plaid, and apart from the hyperspace jump it provided, I hated every bit of it. It wasn't a car, it was a big gadget. That's what it feels like, right? It's just like something that feels not like a car. I don't know, it doesn't feel like a car. Yeah, it is weird. Not only does it make the interior boring, but it makes things dangerous. So true. So true. The worst about those infotainment systems is that you have to dig through so many menus. How they just can't copy smartphone UI. Like, hello car makers, drop down menus exist. You think they know that? They don't know how to make a website. Come on now. Oh gosh, digitalization in general is awful. I hate the whole download the app for this and go online for that nonsense. Well, we could talk about that another time, but I also disagree with the whole, you need a membership, guys, to redeem stuff from every single place ever. I'm not gonna download a million apps. Leave me alone. But yeah, anyway. The other thing about new cars is, and I know this is very controversial, but I don't care, because in my opinion, I hate the new Honda Civic. It's massive. It's not even, like, in my opinion, it's not a hatchback anymore. I know it still classifies as one, but look at the size of it, man. That is not a hatchback. A hatchback was always supposed to be something smaller and compact, okay? The Honda Civic, the new Honda Civic is huge. It is gigantic, dude. It is practically a family saloon car, okay? And the old Honda Civic was like a nice little car that you could toy around with, you know? It was like a little crap box, all right? And it just performed its job. It was a really solid car. And if you just look at the shape difference as well, like modern cars these days, they really love to be massive and boxy for some reason. Sharp edges. They like to have this square sort of rectangle sort of shape. They love to like have sharp headlights as well that are quite blinding too. They're LEDs usually. Whereas the old cars, they're all more about the curves of the car, about the aesthetic, about the way it looks, and more about just functioning properly and having a long durability. Whereas modern cars don't really care about being durable, to be honest. They don't really care about that at all. And yeah, they're much bigger. They don't really care about making small cars anymore. Not at all. It's not a Civic anymore. Yeah, I agree. It's an SUV now. Okay, SUV is a bit far, but I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh gosh. What happened? Don't worry about it. I like boxy cars, but specifically boxy cars from the 70s and 80s, not modern boxy cars. Yeah, the modern boxy cars are bad. I don't like the boxy cars. Not at all. Not the modern ones, sorry. They're not good. The Civic's current size pretty much took over the Accord. The Accord was meant to be the bigger brother of the Civic. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's going... The hatchbacks are turning into these big cars, and I don't know why that's happening. But also, just in general, this isn't just happening with hatchbacks. It's happening with SUVs, where SUVs every year are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and no one knows why. I saw a debate on Reddit the other day where someone said that SUVs in London should have to pay like an extra fee on their parking spaces because they're just too big to park, and like it's the driver's choice to get an SUV in the first place, but also they're just too big for the parking spaces now. So and obviously parking spaces can only increase in size so much. They can't increase anymore. London is already like a super busy city, and to be able to have these massive SUVs taking up parking spaces is so over. I mean, I'm going to say something controversial right now. I think the UK should just ban SUVs. Unless it's for a specific work purpose. Because, like, dude, they're everywhere. And they're so big. Honestly, they're too wide. They're too tall. The roads and the public way of life is not made for these cars. They're not made for these cars at all. So I don't think that they should make these anymore. Or there should at least be like a size regulation. Because it's just really bad. It's really, really bad. Oh, how am I supposed to get your coffee? Not in an SUV, that's for sure. Oh gosh. People want a bigger car because they feel safer against another big car and they feel like they have more interior space. I mean, okay, we're going to talk about this, but is it really the consumer's fault though? Is it really the consumer's fault for getting a bigger car? We'll talk about this in a minute because I do have more points about it. Also, sorry, I am chewing. I hope you can't hear it. But yeah, there is an illusion of choice going on. She's not wrong, but is out of line. Me? Out of line? Do you know who I am? I'm on the racing line all the time, buddy. I can very hear the chewing. I'm sorry, Mercatron. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if you heard that. Oh. Okay, anyway. Next point. Sorry, I am yapping. This is gonna be a yapping stream. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Okay, so here's a summary of the two that we'll be talking about today. Again, new cars are made for like two purposes: getting from A to B and entertaining the kids. And also it gets outdated very quickly because like the parts are kind of weird. You can't really all car parts are different and every car part is different, and it's just annoying. Whereas the old cars were made for racing, driving, cruising, snoozing, playful times, extended lifetimes, hanging out with your mates, driving together, cruising down the roads, having a chill time, going to hang out with your parents after a long session at university or something, coming back to university after having a Christmas with your family, going all the way to Scotland because you want to hang out with some long lost relative that you haven't seen in like 25 years. Going all the way to Ireland because you can, going to France because you can. Like, they serve so many different purposes, but new cars are just kind of like, yeah. And a big positive is that old cars are much easier to work on at home. Exactly, yes. Oh gosh. What I hate is that it feels like the UK is choking out buying older cars. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that actually, Sam, so don't worry about that. We'll talk about that too. Governments around the world are definitely not helping with this whole thing. Not at all. Invade France? Highway dash! We're going to France. Anyway. So let's talk about old cars, because I think we want to talk about some good stuff now. Yay! Old cars! Yippee! I used to work in an auto shop. We never worked on cars after 2011. These old ones are all we need. You're so base for that. I would love it for auto repair shops to discriminate against new cars. Sorry, we don't work on cars after this date. We don't do that. Sorry. We don't do that. We don't work on your car. Get out of here. Okay. So, I'm going to say something controversial again, but I don't care. All right? Now, it was Jezza. Good old Jezza. From the show Top Gear. And I'm talking about Top Gear. Not the Grand Tour. Okay? This is Top Gear days. Jezza himself, Jeremy Clarkson, said a very interesting sentence, which can now be reworded, actually, for the modern times. And I want to show you what he said right now. This is a very famous quote. And to be fair, he has quite a few famous quotes. He has quite a few famous quotes, but this one is probably the one that matters the most today. So, the ideal American car is, of course, a big sofa. Now, he said this quite a while ago, and I'm not going to say whether I agree or not because I don't care. The point is that this can actually be changed to say the ideal modern car is, of course, a big sofa. Because that is quite true. All cars now are being turned into basically giant sofas. And it's furthered even more by the fact that not only are we getting automatic self-driving cars that quite literally just mean you have to sit in your car and do nothing, okay? We also have the Uber taxis and all of that also doing the same thing, where the car is just doing everything for you and you're just sitting there. Now, I very much disagree with the movement of the car industry turning all cars into a big sofa. I am not a fan of cars being turned into some comfort, relaxation, do nothing and just let the thing do its job for you kind of thing. I will never be comfortable with someone overtaking my kind of way of life. Okay, I want to be able to drive my own car. I want to be able to do my own things. I want to be able to live my life. And if you're taking all of that away from us as car enthusiasts, then there's nothing to live for anymore. There's nothing left. There is nothing left. New cars are basically living rooms. It's true. It is true. It is so true. Giant sofas with a screen. Exactly. That is literally what it's talking about. That's literally what it was talking about. Yeah. It's so bad. It's so bad. Cars today lack soul. Indeed. So yeah, I definitely wanted to bring that quote up because Jeremy Clarkson did call it. Obviously he implied it to a specific market, but no, it definitely is that the modern car these days, a big sofa, that's what it is. That's what the car industry has turned all these cars into, and it's not necessarily what people want, to be honest, and we'll get to that. But yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, let people have fun again. So here we're gonna go on to some cool stuff now. So immense, I spelled that wrong. Did I spell that wrong? That looks right to me. I don't know if that's wrong or right. I have no clue. Oh gosh. Someone tell me. I can't tell. Customizability. Did I miss an E? That's correct. Is it correct? I don't know. I don't actually know if it's correct or not, but yeah, so old cars were full of customizable options and beautiful modifications that were often encouraged and grew a scene of car enthusiasts. Like, obviously, you've seen heavily modified cars with like underglow and spinners and speakers in the boot and all of that kind of stuff, right? There's been all sorts that people do with their cars, you know, and like they tune out the engine, they put in NOS, they put all sorts of things to make the car truly theirs. Like when you see that car, you know it belongs to one individual person. It's not like something that's stock, okay? And then new cars, people are too scared to go outside of their comfort zone. People are highly encouraged actually to keep their car as is when they bought it, because first of all, most people get it on finance, because a lot of the new modern cars are way too expensive to actually pay outright. So you have to like kind of pay monthly to be able to get the car. And then because of that, you're susceptible to a manufacturer's warranty. And that includes not doing stuff to the car. You're not allowed to do certain things to the car. That's something actually that my driving instructor has got me to abide to as well, because he's still under finance with the manufacturer Audi themselves as well, with his 2025 Audi A1. And so I'm not allowed to do a lot of things in the car that I wouldn't mind doing in my own car, but I'm not allowed to do it in that car because it might damage it or something like that. So yeah, you're not allowed to, basically you're highly encouraged not to modify the car. Car insurers as well obviously don't like you modifying the car, because then you would probably pay higher insurance for your car because of that. And then also resale value. People are really like adamant about a car's resale value, but I think people tend to forget that cars don't last long anyway, like at least the new ones. So like just do what you want, man. Just do what you want, but they won't, obviously, because they're just highly encouraged encouraged not to. And it's just the current state of the market. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously there are options that you can buy from a manufacturer when you buy the car brand new, but those options are quite closed and quite small. It's not really stuff that will make a big difference in the long term of things, whereas when you can modify a car yourself and do stuff to your car yourself, there is so much in the realm of possibility of what you can actually achieve, and it's a lot easier with the older cars compared to the newer ones. So yes, yeah, cars are not houses. I agree, but everyone treats them like they're just this asset, and they're not. They're supposed to be an extension of you and your personality. I think people forget that. People don't seem to realize that that's what a car should be. It's an extension of you. Your car is who you are. I don't think people realize that. People don't get it at all. What did you do to the poor learner car? I did nothing. I'm just not allowed to wear my jacket inside it because it might scratch the interior. I'm serious, by the way. That's serious. Oh, this is a good dinner, by the way. What the insurance company doesn't know won't hurt them. Hey, don't do anything illegal, okay? Don't do anything illegal, okay? Oh, gosh. I'm yapping. I am yapping today. What am I eating? Some delicious leaves. And, hang on a minute. I'm gonna do this for you, chat. 1 second. I hope it picks it up. I don't know if it will. Did it pick it up? I don't actually know if it did. It did? Good. It was a Diet Coke. It wasn't beer. I don't drink. Anyway, so yeah, new cars and old cars. Lack of customizability is very sad. Very sad. Very sad. Okay, next one. So here is an example of immense customizability. Now, this is the Mazda RX-7 on the left, and on the right is a modern to be fair, it is a concept, but it's a modern concept of something that's supposedly meant to replace the Mazda RX line. And yes, it is an electric car. It is an electric car. And yeah, as you can see, all of the soul and the flavor and the shapes and the beautiful aero and just the street like look of the car, okay, the way it looks on a street and all that kind of stuff, it just looks so good on the old car, okay? Maybe I'm slightly biased, but I don't know, something about the way the old car looks, it just vibes so well that you could tell that's one person's individual car. Not everyone's Mazda RX-7 is going to look like that, obviously. That's obviously the one from Tokyo Drift. But the point is, right? It is beautiful. It is a beautiful car. It is made with a personality. You could see, you could kind of guess who the owner is, not because you've watched the movie, but you can kind of guess who the owner is. You can kind of guess the history of the owner. You can kind of guess what kind of age they are and everything, okay? This modern car, this new one, okay, electric car, it's as you can see, it's got no personality to it, really. There's nothing really exciting about the way the car looks or anything like that. There's nothing that draws my attention to the car on the right. Like, if I was in a showroom and I could pick one car over the other, let's say this old car is like, I don't know, it's okay, I'm gonna be quite realistic here, okay? Let's say this old car is like 40k, right? 40k, and then this new car is also like 40k. Which one would you buy? Genuine question. Which one would you buy if you had the choice of both? I actually want to know. I actually want to know everyone's answer. Old. Yeah, okay. Ham sandwich. What kind of ham sandwich is 40k, dude? Depends on the warranty. I don't know what the warranty is from dealerships. I have no clue. The stream is a covert advertising for the petrol/gasoline companies. No, it's not. No, it's not. But yeah, so what I'm saying is, yeah, so the customization on older cars is so much better than the modern ones. There's so much more you can play around with and fool around with, and you know that the car is still going to be very reliable on the road and everything, compared to modern cars, which you don't actually know too much about, and neither do the only ones really that would know much about it are the dealerships themselves, because even like if you were to take it to a mechanic or something, they'd probably have no clue. They'd be like, what the hell have you just brought to my garage? I don't know how to fix this. So yeah, the only place really that could probably repair that car is the dealerships themselves. But even then, it's going to be very extortionate to be able to repair. Whereas the old cars, you can kind of just get it done anywhere. So yeah. Anyway, so moving on. So I want to talk about this because I did tweet about it the other day, and it's definitely part of the conversation of old cars versus new cars. And this is just in terms of the car market in general, because the car market has sort of transitioned to have a lot of automatic transmission cars. And even me, like when I was doing my driving lessons, my driving instructor said to me like, hey, why do you want to learn manual? Like all the cars in the car market are changing into automatic cars. There is no reason really for you to learn manual. But you know, like if you blah, 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 it was yapping basically. And I said, like, listen, if I learn manual, I will know how to drive automatic anyway. So I don't see the issue. Also, I plan on driving manual. I plan on driving manual probably for the rest of my life because I actually like driving. Just because I probably look like someone that doesn't like cars doesn't mean I don't like cars. Okay, it's not good to stereotype. So you probably shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But yeah, I definitely said like I just want to learn manual, and I don't see an issue with it. Whatever. But yeah, so less than 20% of the UK cars on the market are manual. Now we're talking about, when I'm saying the UK cars on the market, I mean like on the modern day car market. Not talking about used cars, not talking about like approved used dealerships or anything. It's talking about dealerships in 2025, like 2025 cars, or like 2020 onwards. It's not talking about used dealerships or anything like that, because we're going to get onto that. Okay, so manual transmission is definitely being erased by car dealerships, what do they call them, like the people who construct cars and stuff. Okay, they're definitely getting rid of manual transmission. And oftentimes people do say that it's because of the current market. It's because of that's what the people want. That's what people want to buy. That's what people want to drive. And so that's why people are doing automatic, because more people are learning automatic and more people want to drive automatic. So therefore there should be more automatic cars. But you'd be surprised, guys. Okay, manufacturers, yes, so you'd be surprised. Actually, on the road right now, 70% of the cars on the road right now, on the UK roads right now, is manual. So where are they getting this information from? Because I'm telling you right now, that's not true. That's not true. Whatever they're saying, it's a lie. Okay? There is not this whole transition of people wanting to drive automatic. Yeah, there probably is an increase, but it's not so much of an increase that like 80% of the road is automatic transmission cars. Okay? It's 70% manual, bro. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're talking about. Right, Kiri, go for it. Yeah. Like, this is purely based on UK figures. But they cannot be saying that there is an increase of automatic cars, yada. It's just yap. It's just yap. UK roads right now have 70% manual cars on the road. So I don't know about you, but I'm still feeling like the manual car market is still absolutely humongous in the UK. I don't know what it's like in America. I don't care. Okay, that's not relevant to the conversation right now. We're talking about Great Britain. Because this is what they're saying here. They're telling me to drive automatic, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. I do not want to. Not at all. Put tip for your hat. I should have probably got one of those. Oh gosh. But yeah, so 70% manual cars on the roads right now. Obviously, there's a huge market as well of used manual cars on Facebook Marketplace, on Auto Trader, not sponsored. And you know, there is a huge uptake of manual cars. There are people who kind of regret learning automatic as well, because they're like, man, maybe I should have learned manual so then I can also learn automatic, like get the license for both. Because once you learn automatic, you have to then do the license and lessons again for manual. Whereas if you learn manual, you can drive both. So that's a whole thing as well. But yeah, there's a lot, isn't it? Because they're all old used cars. Not necessarily. Obviously, the car that I'm using right now from my driving instructor is Audi A1 2025, brand new, and it's manual. So not necessarily. They're not all old used cars. Some of them might be brand new. I know that one is. I know that one is, definitely. That's what I've been learning in. It's a manual car. It's got a gearbox and everything, and a clutch and all that. And yeah, so the cars, manual cars are also cheaper to buy, maintain, repair, and use compared to like automatic cars, but also just what do you call it, like modern cars as well. Obviously there are manual cars that are modern too, but generally the rule is an older used manual car is a lot cheaper to run and everything. And they're also more reliable. They're gonna last a lot longer than a modern car. I've seen that the modern car, the kind of duration that it will last up to is like 10-20 years, maybe 30. But even then, like the software that's used for the car might get outdated, and they might stop support. They can literally drop support for that car whenever they want, and it's software and everything. Because, you know, there might be a brand new car now that you have to buy, and like this one is actually approved by our manufacturers and stuff like that. So I don't want to have that kind of policing on my car. I just want to be able to fix my car whenever I want, however I want, and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're definitely inclined to look after your car a lot more as well if it is a manual, because you want to take care of it. That's kind of the point. Ah yes, consumerism. Yeah, exactly. So the car market can be summarized by this meme image right here. It's the illusion of free choice. They make it seem like you have a choice between modern and old. They make it seem like you have a choice between manual and auto. Obviously, you don't really have a choice whatsoever. They choose, the manufacturers choose whatever they want. They can manipulate the market however they want. There's no sort of like, oh, actually, we are the ones manipulating the market. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything, guys. We're small. We do nothing. We do nothing at all. No way. There's someone in my hometown that owns a 1970s Ford Zephyr. What the heck? And uses it as a daily... Oh my goodness. I gotta say, I have seen a lot of retro cars around myself as well that just get driven around every weekend or something. It's crazy. But yeah, so oh wait, no. That was the wrong slide, sorry. Old or new, which one should you get? So, okay, so we're gonna go to the last part of this debate today. Whether you should get an old car or a new car. If you're thinking about getting a car, you're probably not. You probably already got one. Well, it depends on your budget and affordability. It depends on what you can possibly achieve, what is right for you. Used cars tend to be cheaper. And you know there's likely to be a lot of older cars on the used car market that will be a lot cheaper. And yes, they are still being able to be financed sometimes. Some of them aren't, but most of them are. Unfortunately though, you will get hit by road tax if you get a older car, and I'm talking like the noughties. If you're getting a car in the noughties, you will get hit by the road tax. I saw someone get charged like £800 a year for their Subaru Impreza just for having it on the road. They had to pay a tax of £800 a year. That doesn't include their insurance or fuel or any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's also repairs that would probably be your responsibility unless you are paying through finance or something, or going through a dealer, because then they would be responsible for it. But otherwise, it would be your responsibility most likely. But repairs would be cheaper because they are, like, older cars just in general are easier to repair. They're much easier to get the parts for and that kind of stuff. But for newer cars, road tax is basically free. I've seen a lot of cars that I want to get that are like, I don't get any road tax charges for. I would say that's like after 2010s probably, that would be classed as free. And road taxed, it might be after 2012, 13, 14, I don't know. But it's a certain year. And then repairs will, because your car is most likely to be purchased through a finance option, the repairs will be covered in that. But obviously check with your respective manufacturer and where you're buying from. But yeah, so that was my yap for today. I just wanted to yap about old cars versus new cars. And I hope I raised some new points that you never really thought of before. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I felt like I just wanted to yap about it. Because I watched a video on it recently and I was like, damn, I should probably talk about this. Because I'm passionate about cars. And I wanted to talk about it, okay? Good, I'm glad. Good stuff, Kiri Kilovolt. Thank you, Clone Trooper _XA. Thank you. Thanks, Kiri. You could be a great teacher about this. I'm not a teacher. What are you talking about? It will be a hot topic on Discord. Oh, I can imagine that. Hey, guys, if you're not part of the Discord server, then feel free to join, okay? It is a pretty fun place to hang out. We're also going to be doing some Vexmo stuff in there, so that'll be pretty cool. And, like, yeah, I yap a lot in there. But, yeah, it was a pretty interesting stream. I didn't think I'd be done so quickly, but I think I yapped just too fast. But it's fine. But yeah, if anyone's wondering what my favorite old car would be, it would probably be like the R34. Obviously, that's really expensive though, so that's not possible. But the RX-7, Mazda RX-7 is also like a really beautiful car that I would love to own one day. And there's also the Nissan 240 SX, but that one's kind of rare to find. And then there's the Mazda Miata, again, quite rare to find with the pop-up headlights. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with older cars. I will say that a lot of older cars did get destroyed in the UK because of a government scheme. So like, what was it? 31 Miatas? No, 31 Supras, sorry, got destroyed for a government screen. So that was nice. That's true. That's true. They should bring back the artists. They should bring back the artists. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I saw a pop-up headlight MX-5 today. Well, most of it on the back of a lorry. Why would you tell me that? Don't break my heart. Oh, okay. Well, I should probably leave you guys to go. Let me go back over to the... here we go. Here we go. Ah, hello. It's going to say it again.
The biggest problem with new car designs are that old cars were designed by literal artists, while new cars are designed by engineers.
I knew it was going to do it again. I knew it. I was waiting for it. I didn't think it would be so delayed, though. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching me yap today. I hope you enjoyed the yap because I did. I just felt like I had to let the steam train go and just yap. And now I feel so much better being able to yap and like talk about it with you guys. And it feels good to let it loose. I can breathe again. I can breathe. I feel so much better. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna rate it to Sarah. Sarah. I hope she's still alive. I'm gonna rate it to Sarah, my kohai. So please be very nice. She's very sweet. And yeah, I will leave you guys to it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow when I'm collabing with Pipkin Pippa. Okay, on Formula 1 2024. I will upload the waiting room tonight, tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. All right. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.